Through the 1920s, about 150,000 people a year contracted diphtheria. 15,000 of these people would eventually die. Years ago, 48,000 kids every year were hospitalized due to measles. 450 of these children would not survive. In 1964 and 1965, nearly 12.5 million people contracted rubella. 20,000 of these people went on to suffer severe complications. During the 1950s, polio left up to 20,000 people per year paralyzed. About 1,200 of these people were permanently confined to iron lungs. As of today, about 18 of these people are still alive and are still on respirators. Currently, these illnesses, as well as many other illnesses, are rarely seen. Some of these illnesses have even been eradicated, all thanks to the advent of vaccinations. As you should be able to see, we must vaccinate our children against these dangerous childhood diseases. Yet, some parents are hesitant or even are refusing to vaccinate their children. All parents must understand the following facts. The Children's Hospital of Philadelphia has stated that vaccines are safe and readily available. Vaccines have reduced or eliminated many diseases. Most importantly, parents must understand that there is a ton of information in the media in regards to vaccines that is incorrect, inaccurate, and is misinforming parents. This is due to celebrities and specific parent organizations. My interest in vaccinations arises because I am a nursing student at Youngstown State University. I have a strong interest in pediatric medicine, and as a future healthcare worker, I feel that I have an obligation to be an advocate for preventative health care. Specifically, I feel that we must promote vaccinations as a safe and standard mode of health care in children. To do this, parents must understand that not having their children vaccinated can have serious consequences. Also, parents must be given accurate facts on vaccine safety and effectiveness. Furthermore, educating parents on the benefits of vaccinations will only have positive effects. Since I have just made a claim that some parents are choosing to not have their children vaccinated, I feel that it would be appropriate to explain the 3 ways that this is harmful. But before I explain the 3 harms, let me give you a quick fact. A 2010 Centers for Disease Control report stated that the percentage of children vaccinated in the United States was as low as 85%, depending on the geographic location and the child's socioeconomic status. Now I'll explain the 3 harms that we are doing to our children. First, children are being harmed directly. Next slide. Certain diseases are severely dangerous to children due to their immature immune systems. Also, allowing for natural immunity may have serious consequences to our children. This fact is supported by a Mayo Clinic report released in the year 2010. Next slide. Furthermore, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has identified 14 diseases that we are able to protect our children from. Next slide. The second harm that we are doing to our children is actually by harming our communities. By not vaccinating our children, there are negative effects on other children who cannot be vaccinated due to medical reasons. Also, there are negative effects on children who are too young to receive vaccinations so far in their lives. Next slide. Furthermore, future generations of children are placed at risk by allowing once eradicated diseases to possibly return into the population. Next slide. Now that I have discussed some of the effects of not vaccinating our children, I feel that I must explain how we can encourage parents to follow the CDC's vaccination guidelines. Simply put, parents must be given accurate facts on safety and effectiveness of vaccines. There are groups and celebrities out there in the public giving out unproven, inaccurate, irresponsible information in regards to vaccines. Celebrities such as Jenny McCarthy and Jim Carrey are 2 of these people. There is also a group known as the Vaccination Risk Awareness Network. They have an online site where they spew out untrue facts and myths about vaccinations. They try to use scare tactics to prevent parents from having their kids receive vaccinations. These groups, these people will have you believe that vaccine ingredients are unsafe. They want you to believe that vaccines lead to autism, ADHD, learning disabilities, allergies, asthma, diabetes, obesity, and many other diseases, and even death. Next slide. But we want parents to know the facts. The scientific facts about vaccinations are: vaccines have reduced or eliminated many diseases over the years. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services has invested 50 years of research and technology in today's vaccinations. Vaccine ingredients are safe. The CDC has stated that there is no proof linking vaccines to chronic diseases such as autism and Asperger's syndrome. Vaccines are 90 to 100% effective. Vaccines have few and mild side effects. Most commonly is a low-grade fever and a skin rash. Finally, full-blown cases of diseases due to vaccination is extremely rare and extremely unlikely. In addition to encouraging parents to, next slide, in addition to encouraging parents to learn the facts about vaccinations, I feel it will be prudent to explain the positive effects of vaccinating our children. Children will be safe from specific diseases through vaccination. The entire community will be safe from vaccination. Parents and communities will not face the high health care costs associated with the treatment of many childhood diseases. In closing, I would like to reiterate a few key points. 1. Parents must protect their children, their communities, and future generations by having their children receive the CDC's recommended vaccinations. 2. Children who do not receive vaccinations may face serious consequences. These consequences could be immediate, they could be long-term, and one consequence is even premature death. 3. Parents must be well informed and receive factual, scientific information in regards to vaccine safety and effectiveness. 4. Parents must understand the benefits of vaccination. Now that I am concluding, I would like to leave you with just a couple of key topics. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in the year 2010 stated, each year vaccines prevent approximately 14 million infections and 33,000 deaths just here in the United States. In my opinion, I feel that failing to have our children vaccinated is akin to playing Russian roulette. In Russian roulette, bullets are small, but they are deadly. In the case of disease and vaccination, bacteria and viruses that cause disease are also small and equally deadly. In Russian roulette, you never know what will happen when you pull the trigger of that gun. In disease and vaccinations, you never know what will happen when we send our unvaccinated children out into the public. So I encourage you, talk to your pediatrician, your family physician, your nurse practitioner. Contact your city or city or county healthcare workers for advice. Do your own research. Go online. Use reliable medical sites. Whatever you do, get out, get educated, and get your children vaccinated. Thank you for attending.